Good evening and welcome to Week 12 of Hoops Friday Night. I'm Dave Saseski. He's Tony Quatch. Dylan will join us later in the show. Tony, it's the penultimate week of high school regular season, and we still got league titles up for grabs.
That's right, Dave. The Northwest Conference champions were crowned last night as Spencerville won that title outright. However, we got several teams still competing for second place. So we'll start things off at the Pirate Ship. In-county foes collide in Bluffton as the Pirates host the Allen East Mustangs. Bluffton has taken 8 of the last 10 meetings against Allen East, and that does include a double overtime thriller in last year's sectional tournament. First possession for Allen East, Carson Klum matches the number on his jersey with a trifecta. Mustangs take an early 3-0 lead. Bluffton now has a 1-point edge. Kerry Wright puts it through with the right. Pirates push their lead to 3. Moments later, Merrick Donaldson has the ball, glides to the hoop and goes off the window. Bluffton goes up by 5. Allen East is trying to keep pace. Brady Brooks hands it off to Logan Helser. Helser splashes to Jay. The Mustangs now trail 15-11. Here's Ethan Young sinking the jump shot. However, the Mustangs are still playing from behind. And Bluffton continues to pour it on. In the final seconds of the first, Brody Summers gets the 2. The Pirates win this one 69-47.
Sticking in the NWC over at the barn where the Lincolnview Lancers is welcoming the Crestview Knights. Knights have won 7 of the last 8 in the series, while the Lancers are looking to put a halt to an 11-game slide. Starting the highlights in the late stages of the second quarter, Tommy Hefner gets a tough floater to fall. Knights take a 33-21 lead into half. In the third quarter, Ren Sheets finds Jarrett Harding, and the senior puts it through the cylinder. Crestview would extend their lead to 14, but later the home team comes back. Bennett Kill gets by the defender and will shimmy his way to the cup to drop it in. Lancers down 35-23. A few plays later, Preston Toe receives it off the screen. The junior rises up and buries the triple, but the Lancers still trailing by 13. In the halfway mark of the quarter, Connor Sheets grabs a hold of the rock. He'll feed it to Ren Sheets in the post, and the Sheets connection works as the senior puts it away, and that'll do it as the Knights win 63-43.
In Putnam County, Jefferson squares off against Columbus Grove. The Dogs have won 4 of their last 5 games. Jeff Cats look to get back into the win column after falling to LCC. We'll pick it up in third. Jefferson trails by 3. Here's Elijah Pay laying it fly for beyond the arc. He ties the game up at 33. In the fourth, there's a lot of traffic underneath the rim. Here's Bo Burdesser cleaning things up underneath. The senior gives his team a 2-point lead. It's 37-35 Grove. The Jeff Cats answers right back. Kellen Carter spots up for 3, and it's good. Road team goes up by 1. This game continues to go back and forth. Keegan Bame to Evan Stoddard. He gets the hoop and the harm. The 3-point play puts CG back on top by a pair. And they begin to pull away. Lennon Best finds his receiver, and Zach Reynolds. He gets the lay-in. Columbus Grove wins 45-41. We'll now send it over to Dylan Tyson, who has action from a future NWC member.
Hey, thanks, Tony. Well, Lima Central Catholic has played the 5th toughest schedule in Division IV this season, and yet, at 16-2, they're the 4th-ranked team in the state. Tonight, another tough test for the T-Birds against one of Putnam County's top teams, the Ottoville Big Green. It's just the 4th meeting between these teams since it was added to the schedule in 2021, but it already has the makings of a classic. Twice decided by just 2 scores, and Ottoville has the 2-1 series advantage. Big Green would lead by 5 at the half, but now trailing by 2. That's when Ashton Miller, driving the lane, on his way to the hoop, hits Chase Langhouse, knotting this one back up at 37. But that's when the T-Birds take charge. Jordan Pretty goes up for the mid-range, gets fouled, and connects anyway. 3-point play for LCC. Then, final seconds of the third, Carson Parker dials up from downtown, hits the bucket at the buzzer. The senior makes it 11 unanswered. And to the fourth now, Pretty, in transition to Willie Foster, takes the contact, but goes off glass, capping off the 13-0 run. LCC up 50-37. Big Green have to turn the tide. Keaton Schnipke wide open on the perimeter, and Ottoville finally back on the board, but it won't slow down the LCC offense. Parker to Foster, and the T-Birds are flying high in a 63-46 win. Shifting now to the WBL, we start right across town in Shawnee. The second-place Indians have won 7 of their last 9, and they've beaten Kenton 6 straight seasons. but it's been the Wildcats' best year since 2019, and they come in on a 3-game streak. Shawnee puts up the first 6 points tonight, but the Cats come into life. Ethan Yoder hands it off to Steven Piper, and the triple ties the game at 8. The Tribe, however, will not give up the lead. Moving the rock around to Tate Bender, knocks down the 3-ball, forcing a timeout. Indians bring a 6-point lead to the second quarter, and they continue to build on top of it. Dominic Lynch left wide open in the corner. Another triple for the Tribe, 23-14 Shawnee. Kenton not going quietly, though. It's Yoder Island out on the perimeter. Easy 3-ball brings it back within 6, but Bender off the steal. Euro step, hook shot under the hoop, and the and one is just the cherry on top. A 17-point lead at the half, and Shawnee wins 76-48.
The OG Titans capture at least a share of the WBL crown tonight with a win over Defiance. The Titans attempt to rebound from a tough outing against Troy Christian, while the Dogs hope to snap a 3-game slide. OG leads 8-0 in the first. Colin White to Grant Schrader, goes back to White, and we have liftoff. White rocks the rim to put the Titans on top by 10. Moments later, Alex Wagner finds Dave Westrick in the paint, and the senior gets the lay-in. OG has a 17-3 lead. Down the court, Antonio Lopez delivers it over to Garrett Rodenberger, and the senior connection 4-2. However, Defiance still trails by double digits. Let's jump ahead to the third. White from downtown, he buries the 3-ball. OG secures at least a share of the WBL crown with a 59-36 victory.
Van Wert looks to defend home court against an Elida Bulldogs squad who already have 4 more victories than last season. The Cougars minus 16 from last year after losing all 5 starters and a lot of experience. In the first quarter, Elida's guard Zori Island goes right down Elida Road, finishing with the left as he gets 2 of his game-high 20. Dogs up 2. The Cougars respond. Connor Campbell kicks it out to Ryan Miller, and the senior drives and lays it in. The bucket ties things up. A few plays later, though, Seth Sharp gets it in the key, and he buries the pull-up J. Road team getting off to a quick start. Elida, though, trailing by 3 when Amari Walsh changes that with a 3 from the wing, and we're all tied up again. Ensuing moments, so Campbell comes around to receive the rock from the top, and the senior slowly makes his way into the paint to put it in over the outstretched hand of the defender, but it was not enough as Elida wins on the road 52-46. St. Mary's putting their impressive 8-2 road record on the line tonight against the Bath Wildcats, whom they've beaten in 7 straight matchups dating back to 2016. Cats still looking for WBL win number 1, running out of chances. Second quarter, Riders down 3 when Corbin Owens provides the Nirvana with a crossover and splash from downtown, all tied up at 16. But this was a WBL classic as Jackson Foster says, I can match with a long-range J. Bath retakes the 3-point lead. Ensuing possession, Evan Angstman with the up fake and the quick release, and he too hits nothing but nylon to tie the game up once again. Still in the second, tied up. The lights out shooting continues as Trey Crawford stays true to his name as he connects on the tray in the corner. Home team up 3, but later in the half, Owens goes up court to Brennan Stager, who hits the reverse lay-in. Riders outlast the Wildcats in double OT, 65-56. Just one other score in the WBL to get to is Wapakoneta Redskins grind out a 36-25 win over Salina tonight. The Skins get back to 500 for the first time since early January. Well, it's time for our first break on Hoops Friday night, but when we return, we've got a good one. As St. John's and Coldwater meet in a MAC Classic that would go down to the wire. Catch all the action coming up next.
Welcome back. It seemed all season long, St. John's and Coldwater were on a collision course as they both dominated in MAC play. Well, tonight, these 2 teams put their 7-0 conference records on the line, and the winner of this game earns at least a share of the league title. So let's check out Hoops Friday Night Spotlight Game.
This Hoops Friday Night Spotlight Game is presented by Midwest Electric Incorporated.
Coldwater Cavs are eyeing their 7th win in a row. Tonight, they welcome in a red-hot St. John's team that's won 10 straight. The Jays have won the last 2 meetings against the Cavs. In the second quarter, Cam Elwer makes the move, he pulls up, and drills the 3. Blue Jays lead 28-27. The Cavs have some offense of their own. Brady Layfeld is open at the top of the key. That triple try is good. He ties the game up at 30 apiece. Into the third, St. John's feeding the hot hand. Elwer with a hand in his face. He hits the 3-ball, and the Jays lead 37-35. But Coldwater is going step for step. In the closing seconds of the quarter, Caleb Schrader hits a 3-pointer at the buzzer. Cavs pull within 3 going into the 4th. But St. John's comes up with their own late magic. We're tied up. In the final seconds of the quarter, Elwer gets the pass at the bottom of your screen. He converts on the fadeaway 3, and the sophomore with ice in his veins. St. John's remains perfect in MAC play with a 60-57 dub.
Well, St. Henry's #2 offense just had their 12-game win streak snapped last Friday night. Well, they responded with a vengeance Saturday, dominating in a 35-point win. Now they look to carry that momentum against the Parkway Panthers. In the first, check out the block from Evan Bowers in the paint. Then Devin Delzeith with the deep ball pass finds Luke Bakey for the lay-in. St. Henry goes up 5-0. Parkway looking to respond. Loose ball scooped up, kicked over to Caden Berry for the 3. He sinks it and brings the Panthers within 3. Parkway staying on the attack, breaking the Redskins' press, and Trevor Stearns hits the running floater. Panthers trailing 14-11. But St. Henry keeping their foot on the gas. Skip goes to Logan Link in the corner. He buries the triple try, and the Redskins have now won 20 of the last 21 meetings with Parkway. Tonight, 57-50. As for New Bremen, they've won 3 straight meetings against Minster, including a playoff elimination in 2021. But this is the first time since then. The Wildcats are the team with the better record after their 7-game January win streak. Cardinals have to erase a 15-point second quarter deficit. They're going to work. Rogan Muther powers through for 2 in the paint. Then, late in the quarter, Rylan Boosie doing just the same, driving down the baseline and putting the contested bucket through, now trailing 26-17. Third quarter now, Muther showing he can get it done from long range too. Buries the triple as part of a 13-2 scoring run, getting back within 4 points, but Minster battens down the hatches as Ian Homan connects for the lay-in. They lock down the Cardinals, winning 46-44. We'll close out the MAC checking in on Marion Local, who has their first win over Versailles in 3 years, 56-43. And Fort Recovery gets their first MAC win of the season and 13th straight against New Knoxville, winning 39-34.
NWCC action taking place at the Covered Wagon as the Temple Christian Pioneers host the Corey Rawson Fighting Hornets. Hornets with the conference's #1 defense, only allowing a stingy 43 points a game. First quarter, Hornets down 2, and Wilson Garmotter goes down to Austin Inbody, who gets the hoop and the harm. Road team takes the lead by 1 after the free throw. Moving ahead, Pioneers down 3 when Jabaz Dupree pulls up from the parking lot to tie it up. The senior with a game-high 19 in this one. A couple possessions later, Temple down 2, and Dupree dribbles and finds the freshman Nolan Wright, who splashes it in near the logo. Pioneers up 1, but unfortunately for Temple, the Hornets match shot for shot as Garmotter sinks the trifecta. 11 on the night for the senior as they take the lead and don't look back. And then in transition, Carson Reese over to Inbody, who goes off the high glass and in. Hornets win 51-48. As for the rest of the conference's action tonight, Perry falls to Ridgedale 58-51. USV gets the 68-48 win, meaning they are the NWCC's outright champions. WG outlasts Ridgemont at home 66-59. And the Polar Bears of Hardin Northern win on the road over Elgin 42-37.
And we get to take our second and final break on Hoops Friday night, where we return, catch highlights from the BBC as Louis Ben and Arlington attempts to capture a share of the league crown. We'll be right back after the break.
Welcome back. Liberty Benton with a chance to clinch a share of the BBC title tonight. However, in their way, the Van Buren Black Knights. The Eagles have handled the Knights in the last 4 head-to-head, outscoring their opponent 263-162. After a 6-game win streak, the Knights have been on a slump of late, losing 4 of their last 5, while LB has won 6 of 8 with a lot on the line tonight. Third quarter, LB's Jake Gherkin with the board and put back. The Eagles go up 24-17. Van Buren gets a much-needed bucket from James Holman to stop a 12-0 run. Count that, and the foul. Knights down 34-19. Later in the quarter, Van Buren's Parker Beilhartz drives a lane for 2. However, that deficit still at 16 points. But LB, too much tonight, led by the 6'5 junior Jake Gherkin, who banks it off the glass for 2 of his game-high 25. Eagles went 54-43 to clinch a share of the BBC crown.
Meanwhile, the Arlington Red Devils can also win a share of the BBC title as well. To do so, they need to beat the Arcadia Redskins. Arlington's Jason Vermillion was honored prior to the game for reaching the 400-win milestone last month. We're scoreless in the first. Isaac Stoner connects. Willem Marion Tucker, his triple try is true, and Arcadia leads by 3. Down the court, Jace Vermillion responds. He draws the contact, and the bucket is good. Count it and 1. Arlington pulls within 1. The Redskin now trail by 7. Cohen Harris pulls up and knocks down the J. Arcadia is back within 5. But the Red Devils would go on a run. Aiden Cavany gathers, puts a shot up, it'll fall through. Arlington wins 76-47 for a share of the BBC title.
Secured a share of the NLL Buckeye title with a win earlier this week against Northview. Now it's a cross-division battle against Napoleon. Trojans on offense, first shot is off the mark, but Luke Weirach fires to Javante Hill in the corner. He gets this shot to fall that time, and Finley is out to an early lead. And later, Javonte Hill drives to the hoop. The senior gets the bucket plus the foul. Finley wins this one, 51-36. To the Shelby County League, Russia already has had a share of the title. They clinch it outright tonight with a 68-31 win over the Fort Loramie Redskins. The runner-ups in the SCAL. Botkins defending home court against Anna, 52-37 the win there. And finally, Jackson Center. The Tigers get a home dub against Houston, 53-26.
To the GMC, Wayne Trace defeated Paulding 44-33 to capture the league title outright. Meanwhile, Hicksville falls to Edgerton 55-38. Antwerp beats Sonora at home 63-48. Meanwhile, Ayersville comes away with a 53-29 victory over Fairview.
Well, that's how we're going to wrap up Week 12 of Hoops Friday night. I can't believe we're already into Week 12, Tony.
I can't believe that either. I mean, can't believe we made it through the night, man. The weather conditions and everything.
A lot of snow out there, but I'm thankful we were able to get all of our games in. Obviously, Colin White and OG there, another dunk for White. So it was a special night tonight. It's been a special season. And listen, we appreciate everybody out there that keeps tuning in and everybody that helps us get the show on the air.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow. We'll bring you plenty of action from the hardwood featuring our top local girls and boys basketball programs. And don't forget to catch highlights from a pair of wrestling tournaments in Kenton and Ada. Thank you for tuning in and have a great night, everyone.
Have a good night.